Good afternoon, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps. I've just swept this wood burner and basically I was just having a hoover around, as I always do, hoover around the sides and underneath. It's got an inspection hatch, this one. It's all fine, no issues with it. It's got a thermometer on it, and someone was trying to point out that that's not what they're called, but on a message a little while ago, but yes, that's what they're called. They're called thermometers. And if as I always say to people, is make sure you get the right one for your appliance. Otherwise, if you don't, then you can either get one that won't be hot enough for the appliance, and then it can tart very quickly, or you'll get one that isn't hot enough for your appliance, and then you can end up with damage with like this one that's got like a baffle plate, damper plate, should I say, not baffle plate, damper plate to reduce, which is great. You don't see many of these on appliances anymore, which is a real shame really, but they're great because they have, you can adjust it, close it, open it fully as it is at the moment, and then close it down as much as you can when you're using the actual wood burner, which creates a lot more heat out of the appliance. And there's a few things that I actually found when I was doing this sweep, which was kind of interesting. So underneath there, one of these plates, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these before, but they're very interesting, and then they're pretty cool because believe it or not everybody wants to actually see the flame in the wood burner. They just want to use it as a heat source rather than a heat source and a decorative source. So this is what these are. If you ever see these and you've got them with your wood burner, they're actually there to replace the glass, so you don't have to have the glass. If you open it up inside like that, as you can see as well, nice ash bed in there. I always pack them down. A lot of people, they just spread them across about an inch, half inch thick. But I always pack it down because it gives it a lot more insulation if you do that. But yeah, these basically they're designed to instead of having glass, you literally put them in that position there like that, and see it go in there like that, and then that way you don't have to you see the fire going, and a lot of people think that they create more heat. I'm not so sure about that, but a lot of people are not really interested. This one's got a broken glass that needs replacing, but it's not too bad at the moment, as you can see just there on the corner. So yeah, if you ever see these and they're sitting underneath your old wood burner, that's what they're there for. They're there to go in place of the glass. As you can see, if you look at the framework around that, you can see, and this one's got two, which is great. So if the customer decides that he wants to put them on, then you can do that. Also, he's got a tray, and this can be a multi-fuel stove, and they don't have to have the new ones do, but this is a very old-fashioned one, so this can go in there. I'm not going to do it now, but you could put that in there, and then you can with these particular wood burners, you can buy a grate for them, and then the grate goes on top. And then of course, if you're burning coal on this, you can take this out, empty it out, and then away you go, sort of thing. So it's quite a useful thing. The only thing that's missing is the grate. Everything else looks in fantastic order. The other thing that this has got, which is great, that they used to use but they don't seem to use a lot nowadays, but if you've got one of these are called fire guards, as you probably are well aware by just looking at it. And what they do is they've got hinges on them, and they literally just sit on there like that, and then you twist this around like that, so make sure we put it on properly, twist it around like that, and then there you go. And then that way, if you want to, you can have the wood burner open and use it as an open fire. It's specifically designed to do that, and that's why it's really important to have an ash bed in your fire, because if you're burning, if you don't have an ash bed, I mean, the wood doesn't really need a grate. As you're probably all well aware, that grates were invented for coal a few hundred years ago, but wood doesn't need a grate, and the reason being is when you stack wood in a wood burner, it stacks, and so you don't stack it regimental like you would do with coal, because if you put wood in there first and then you put coal in there afterwards, you always put it in the bits that where the wood it won't go. And if you were putting having a coal fire in this, you just put loads of coal in there, and then it will start to glow after a while. And then if it has a grate, then obviously it needs the air to circulate underneath. But with wood, it doesn't need the air to circulate underneath. And the reason why it doesn't need the air to circulate underneath, if you can picture that the wood, when you put it on top of each other at an angle, so all the air goes around the wood. And then this one's got 4 air vents, 2 at the top, 1, 2 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And also the other thing about this, which is the great little finds these are, to be fair, is you've also got one of these. Then if you've got one of these, basically what this does, it goes in here like that. Let's see if I've got it the right way around first time. Yep, there you go. And that's basically what that's designed to do. Is obviously the ash has raised it up just a little bit, so I can clear that away, but I'm going to put them back underneath. But basically what that does is, like when you have your fires, that it stops the coal, the logs rolling out. So when you open the doors, you ain't going to worry about the logs falling out. So that's the guard. But they do look really nice and everything. But what a nice little find. As I said, they were just all underneath. As I said, I'm going to take them off now, and I'll tell the customer about them. And then if they'll be aware what they're there for. I won't put that on there first, because I'll put the heavy bits on the floor first. Yeah, these are great wood burners. You know, you get all these modern ones, and they all have to be to certain standards now and everything, and they cost an absolute fortune, which is just to make people lots of money at the end of the day, because I always think it's what you burn on the wood burner or an open fire that pollutes that does the damage to the atmosphere. It's not about, because you can have a nice fancy new one and you can still burn crap on it and it's still going to pollute the atmosphere. So, but I thought I'd share that with you. But yeah, it was just literally all sitting underneath there, and then it's got as I said, it's got a baffle plate, so you can control the heat. Yes, you're probably thinking, yeah, it needs the right redoing, so I don't think this is going to last another year. So I would explain that to the customer about that. It's literally got everything in there. You think how old this appliance is, and it's got everything in there. And the other thing I will just point out, I've done a video about these before, is that you can get this like hotspot wood burning stove polish, black polish. You go on Google and just Google it up, wood burning stove polish, and it comes in like a black tube. It's fantastic. Hotspot do the best one, and you literally, it's just like boot polish. You put a little bit on a rag and then you rub it on, and then it will bring it all up looking brand new. But don't put too much on, just a little bit going across, because if you put too much on, it doesn't dry properly. So yeah, so remember that, just put a little bit on there and that'll be fine. So there you go, an old school wood burner. I have no idea how old it is now, because especially now it's 2024, it could be 80 years old, it could be more than that, it could be 60, 70 years old, but it's still working fine. It's got a liner in it. It's even got an inspection hatch, which I can imagine originally didn't have a liner, and they put a liner in. And all it needs is just a bit of a polish up and new glass, and it probably go for another 80 years. But will these new ones go for that length of time, or will they all be saying, oh, they're no good, like they keep doing every year? Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. I hope you're having a great day from Zachary Sweeps.